a new executive order, President Trump is renaming the Department of Defense to the Department of War. Let's go to Emma Withrow from the Fact Check team. All comments, as you know, coming out of the White House, they seem to indicate that President Trump's intent is to send a stronger message. What more did you dig up?
Yeah, so just as far as looking into the executive order that President Trump passed, he argues that the Department of War better reflects American strength and the willingness to fight and win wars, not just to defend. So Trump's framing it as restoring the founder's intent, because when George Washington first created the Department of War in 1789, the name signaled more military readiness and deterrence rather than just defense.
And not without a lot of debate.
Yeah.
As you know, to make it official, it would still need additional approval, right?
Yeah, Congress still needs to step in. So at this point, the change is largely symbolic. They're going to be using the Department of War more as a secondary title, but Trump is requiring a plan to make it permanent through Congress. And as for the reasoning for the original name change, back in 1947, after World War II, President Harry Truman signed the National Security Act, which he created the national military establishment, and also was later renamed the Department of Defense in 1989, 2 years later. So the shift really reflected kind of a new post-war reality, and the focus was more on coordinating defense and strategy rather than just managing wartime efforts. So that word defense was kind of chosen to sound more you know, cooperative, less aggressive. So that's the reasoning behind the history of it.
All right, Emma, thank you so much. A little later on, Emma will join us to break down the cost of this rebrand.